This video will be completed in two parts. The first part will be a demo for Zoom Text Image Reader. The second part will be a review for Zoom Text Image Reader. To open the Zoom Text Image Reader camera, move the camera to the L position, like so. Then, put a piece of paper, book, or magazine on the black tactile surface underneath the camera. To adjust the amount of light on the camera, use the dial at the top. To increase the amount of light, scroll the dial to the left. To decrease the amount of light, scroll the dial to the right. Next, on the desktop of the computer, double-click on the icon called ImageReader 1.0. To capture the camera image, under the Capture section, choose the source input by clicking on the drop-down menu. Choose the camera option to capture what is underneath the Zoom Text camera. ImageReader will then take a minute to adjust what the camera sees. To adjust the picture, use the green square that is shown on the screen. You can click and drag the edges and corners of the green square to capture just the page or pages of the file you are displaying, as to crop out the excess part of the capture. To take a picture of the capture, go to the top of the screen and click on Snap, or use the shortcut to Control plus Spacebar. The image will then process.
Universal Design in Higher Education Shri Lee. Bergstaller Universal Design left parenthesis UD right parenthesis has a rich.
If you have the auto read option on, as you can see, the program will read the text back to you, highlighting each word as it is speaking. To play and read the reading again, go under the Read menu and press the Play button. The play and pause button are the same. You can also use the spacebar to play or pause the reading. To enable or disable auto read, go in the Read menu and click on Auto Read to enable or disable it. When Auto Read is enabled, it will have a green play button on its icon. When Auto Read is off, it will have a red X in its icon. You can also use F2 as a shortcut to enable or disable Auto Read. You can also change the way that you view your file. If you would like to view your file as text only, you can click on the text icon next to the Auto Read option. This is the current setting that ImageReader is using. If you are viewing your capture in text view, you can also go under the View menu to change the colors of the background, text, and highlighting. You can click on the scheme icon and choose the color option that you would like to use. If you want to view the original file that you captured with the camera, you can click on the image icon. You can then click on the word that you want the program to read.
Universal Design UD.
The words being read will show up with red boxes around them. If you are viewing your capture in image view, you can also click on the scheme icon under the View menu. You can then choose what shape and color you want the read aloud word to be. To zoom in and out, go under the View options. Under Zoom, you can click the minus sign button to zoom out, and the plus sign button to zoom in. Also, you can click the drop-down arrow and choose the percentage of how much you want to zoom in and out on the file. There are also some helpful shortcuts that you can use when reading an image. The left arrow on the keyboard allows you to skip back to the previous sentence. The right arrow on the keyboard allows you to skip to the next sentence. The up arrow on the keyboard allows you to skip up to the previous paragraph. The down arrow on the keyboard allows you to skip to the next paragraph. As mentioned previously, the spacebar allows you to play or pause the reading. Further, clicking F8 on the keyboard will adjust the audio to read back slower, while clicking F9 on the keyboard will adjust the audio to read faster. You can use these options while you're having the text read back to you. Also, clicking once on a word has the program read just the word aloud for you. If you click again on the same word shortly after, the program will spell the word aloud for you.
Universal, UNIVERSAL.
To save the file you are working on, go to the topmost menu, click on File, then click on Save. This second part will be a review of Zoom Text Image Reader 1.0. The name of the product is obviously Zoom Text Image Reader 1.0. It is manufactured by AI Squared. Zoom Text Image Reader was created in 2013. While I don't think that it is used on a regular basis, it is a great option to have when needed. I think that there are a lot of other products that are used more often than ImageReader for text-to-speech and audio conversion, but at the same time, there are many products that Zoom Text creates that are being used a lot more frequently. Zoom Text Image Reader is designed to make printed text into an accessible version. It uses a computer software and camera. The L-shaped camera takes a picture of the document, book, etc., and then OCR, or optical character, recognizes that text in the computer software. This is used for users who are lower vision or blind. It is a quick and easy way to access text in, say, a textbook without needing to cut the textbook and scan that in. Like stated before, Zoom Text Image Reader is designed to capture text of a hard copy document and turn that into readable text. I would say that it does just that. I would honestly only use this for a document that required reading of a few pages. Anything beyond that, I would scan in the document using a scanner and use another screen reader such as Kurzweil. I do not think that the screen reading part of the software was as accurate as other screen readers or Kurzweil. It is a great tool to have if you need just a few pages OCR'd and read though. A prerequisite that a user would need to know is how to install computer programs and the camera for this product. It would be useful to be somewhat familiar with computer functions prior to using this software. I would say that the learning curve for this device is in between. Once the program is all set up, it is fairly easy to navigate. The hardest part is the fact that there are two parts to it, the camera and the software for the computer. It would be helpful to read the instructions or watch the tutorials that the program has offered on their website beforehand. The main feature, as stated before, is to capture and read text. This text can then be displayed in a variety of different fonts and colors. The text is converted into readable text that can be supported by 150 languages for an additional $100 on top of the price of the program. Once this text is converted, it can be copied, saved as many different file formats as you would like, or printed. Other major features include automatic reading of captured text and capturing and reading of text within 2 steps. ImageReader also has an audio guide, which is a full self-voice user interface. This makes it usable for users who are low vision or blind. The audio guide announces each control and gives a description of the control's purpose. Zoom Text Image Reader does not need to be updated regularly, which is a positive. For this demonstration, I used ImageReader 1.0. They have come out with 2 versions since, 1.1 and 1.2, and this one still works just fine. Obviously, there are newer features in the newer versions, such as a higher quality camera. Thankfully, the older version works just fine and was able to get the job done. One downside is that Zoom Text Image Reader only works with Windows platforms. They are removing a large portion of clients who use Macs, especially since Macs are known to have many accessibility features. A universal design component of ZoomText ImageReader would be that it could be used as a scanning and OCR device. While it was created for users who are low vision or blind, it could be used for someone who needs to translate their files into a digital format as well. Overall, I thought it was a good program. It is certainly something that is useful to have as a tool. While I will probably not use it daily, it is great to have more than just one option for text-to-speech. ImageReader has been sitting in our office for a while now, so it was a great excuse for me to learn how to use it and work with it.